There was once a man who declared his home a country within a country. Fela Anikulapo Kuti didn't just live in the house, he built a republic, a place where music, activism, and community lived side by side. But after that first republic was burnt to the ground, Fela moved here, to this very building I am standing in today, and what I found inside it completely changed how I saw him. And trust me, you'd want to see what's inside the last room I visited. I'll be showing you later in this video. It's completely changed how I see Fela, not just as an artist, but as a leader. From the outside, this place blends into the neighborhood, but the moment I walked in, it was like stepping into Fela's mind. His legacy, his activism, and his softness, it's all still here. This house became Fela's second Kalakuta Republic after the first was destroyed. But this wasn't just a new home, it was a continuation of his dream, because Fela Republic wasn't about borders, it was about freedom and a place where he could live freely on his own terms with his people, with his music, and no one could tell him otherwise. In 1977, something happened that changed everything. Fela released a song that criticized the military regime, and in retaliation, soldiers raided his home. His mother, Ransome-Kutis, a respected activist and icon, was thrown out of a second-story window during the raid, and she later died from those injuries. That house was the original Kalakuta Republic, located in Ikeja, Mushin, Lagos. And after that tragedy, Fela moved here and turned this new space into a statement.
Hi guys, so today I'm at Fela's house. This was where Fela got married to. He married about 29 wives, and this was where he lived like for all of his adult life. And I can't wait to explore this place. So let's go, come with me, and let's go see how Fela lived, his rooms and everything. Let's go.
Now, let's take a tour of Fela's home, known as Kalakuta Republic back in the day, but now known as the Kalakuta Museum. The tour started with Fela's music album covers and other artworks right in this space. But this wasn't just music, it was fire. Some of the albums that stood out for me are: number 1, the Yellow Fever album, where Fela used it to call out the trend of skin bleaching in Africa. He said he didn't make anyone more beautiful, just less proud of who they are. And Confusion, I felt that album. He sang about Ojúẹlẹ́gbà, no traffic lights, and no other back in the 1970s. He also jokes that you need a PhD to drive in Lagos, and honestly, he wasn't wrong. We walked into Fela's sitting room, now filled with powerful artworks, and on the stairway, I saw a photo of his wedding day. He got married to not just one bride, but 27 in one day, and a Ifa priest officiated the ceremony. Even though Fela was born Christian, his father was an Anglican minister. Fela chose to follow traditional religion. He always did things on his own terms. Then, we entered his bedroom and something made me laugh. Right there, next to his bed, was a deep freezer where he would usually have ice cream, chocolate, and juice. It turns out that the man who stood up to government had a serious sweet tooth. He kept his snacks like a teenager hiding sweets. And it was honestly the cutest thing I learned about him that day. Near the bedroom was where his favorite pants, his old shoes, and even the fur coat he only wore abroad, all preserved like he might walk back in at any moment. And then we reached the final room, the one I promised you. It's called the Manifesto Room. If you thought Fela only protested with music, this room would change that. He didn't just want to challenge the system, he wanted to lead it. Fela found a political party named Movements of the People. He planned to run for president. He had a full manifesto, policies on justice, equality, and education. But the party was never officially approved. They arrested him over and over, and still, he didn't stop believing in the dream. And standing in that room, he didn't feel like the past. He felt unfinished. But Fela didn't just come from greatness. He was greatness passed down. His grandfather translated Christian hymns into Yoruba and composed the Egba anthem.
Mayo, 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 Lori Olumo. Mayo, 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 Lori Olumo.
That is Fela grandfather. It was an anthem. We didn't have an English version, so we have to sing in our mother tongue. Say lórí òkè òun pẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, ibẹ̀ la gbé bí mi sí o, ibẹ̀ la gbé tọ́ mi àgbà o, ilẹ̀ òmìnira máyọ̀ o, máyọ̀ 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 o, lórí Olúmọ. Máyọ̀ 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 o, lórí Olúmọ. Abẹ́òkúta ìlú Ẹ̀gbá, n ò ní gbàgbé rẹ̀, n ó gbé ọ lékè ọkàn mi ní ìlú Odò Ọya. Èmi yóò máa yọ̀ lórí Olúmọ, èmi yóò ṣògo yìí lọ́kàn mi wípé ìlú olókìkí o làwa Ẹ̀gbá. Máyọ̀ o, máyọ̀ máyọ̀ máyọ̀, sing along with me now. Máyọ̀ Olúmọ. Mayo, 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 glory. Do you know the meaning of that? Meaning, I will rejoice. I will rejoice. Because after all their tribulation, they will rejoice on top of it. So we will continue to rejoice. Amen. So, ladies.
His father led Nigeria's Teachers Union, and his mother, she was the first woman to drive a car in Nigeria. She once led 10,000 women in protest against unfair taxes. She fought for women's rights and stood up against colonial power. That's the woman who raised Fela. That's where he got his fire. Walking through Kalakuta Museum, I realized Fela's fight is not ancient history. It's still unfolding in traffic jams, in protests, in music, and in Nigeria itself. He didn't just live here. He made this place his statement, and that statement still echoes. This is just the first video in my series on Fela Anikulapo Kuti's life and legacy. In the next episode, we are heading to Abeokuta, to Fela's childhood home where it all began. So, if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe and remember to like this video and share it with everyone who loves Fela.